Hello everybody, my name is Prastio, name 189. In this video, I'm gonna analyze the outstanding elements poem in the poem. The poem I chose is from William Wordsworth. Entitled Daffodils on Basset, known as I Wandered Lonely as a Colt. By the way, do you know daffodils? Do you know daffodils? This is daffodils. It's a flower which color usually is yellow. This poem I can see. It's a beautiful poem. The poem talks about the speaker was walking around through the hills and valleys, but he felt all lonely and miserable. Then he suddenly passed by a lake and saw a big group of yellow daffodils waving in the breeze. There were thousands of them around the lake. Okay. This is poem I Wandered Lonely as a Colt by William Wordsworth. You can read. Okay. The each stanza have 6 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then same 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I Wandered Lonely as a Colt by William Wordsworth have 4 stanzas. The poem is written in ABABCC rhyming scheme, which make the poem feel independent and self-sufficient. Here's an example of this rhyming scheme in the poem. I wandered lonely as a colt A. This falls on high horse, falls and hills B. When all at once I saw across a host of golden daffodils B. Beside the lake, beneath the trees C. Fluttering and dancing in the breeze C. Okay, the next stanza 1. You can read. I wandered lonely as a colt until fluttering and dancing in the breeze. Next, stanza 2. You can read again. Continue as the stars that shine until touching their heads in sparkly dance. Okay, next. Stanza 3. The wolves beside them dance but they until what willed the soul to meet had broke. Okay, the last stanza. I Wandered Lonely as a Colt by William Wordsworth. For off when on my couch I lie until and dance with the daffodils. Okay, this is the last about I explain analysis I Wandered Lonely as a Colt by William Wordsworth. Okay, The second poetic device in this poem is similes. There are only two examples of the similes in this poem. The first one is found in the opening sentence. For example, I wandered lonely as a colt. This is simile. By Wordsworth, he pretty much compares his loneliness and used an example of a single colt to visualize to people how his loneliness felt. The second example of simile was used on the second stanza in the opening line. It is said, for example, continues as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way. By Wordsmith, here the author compares the endless amount of daffodils with an endless amount of stars, because in the poem it states that there are 10,000 daffodils in the field. The third poetic device is hyperbole, and there is only one example of this being used in the poem. This is used in the second stanza when it says, they straggled in never-ending line along the margin of a bay. 10,000 I saw at a glance. This is hyperbole. By Wordsmith. This is definitely hyperbole because I don't believe it is possible to find a fit with 10,000 daffodils. In my opinion, I assume Wordsmith just want to paint an image to the reader on how the setting would look like. This given an effectiveness to poem because a hyperbole is to emphasize a message that is being passed to the audience. It sort of gives a sense of humor in some sense because of the exaggerated amount of daffodil that Wordsmith says in this poem. It used really well in this poem and it is used effectively. The fourth poetic device is personification, and there are few examples of this in the poem. The first one can be found in the first line of the poem. For example, this is again, I wandered lonely as a colt. This is personification. Okay, why? He is comparing a lonely colt to his loneliness that he feels. The second one is found in lines 3 and 4 of the poem, which says, when all at once I saw crowds, a host of golden daffodils. This is personification. Okay, this is personification by Wordsmith. The author is comparing the daffodils to crowd of people because of the larger number of daffodils there on that field. The third example is found on lines number 4 and 6, which says, a host of golden daffodils and fluttering and dancing in the breeze. This is personification by Wordsmith. Overall, this poem talks about a lonely person who finds happiness in seeing daffodils that move in the breeze. This creates this joy in the speaker one speaker feels miserable or unhappy, he just has to think of the daffodils and he will feel joy again. Overall, there are a lot of adjectives that are used in the poem that give it a more effective feel and makes the poem a lot more interesting. So I think enough. That's for me. Thanks for your attention. I'm sorry if I have mistake. Thank you very much. Don't forget like, comment and subscribe. Thank you.